Prelude number 6 in B minor by Chopin. Little by little, I'll be going through all the preludes in the opus. But for today, we'll do this one. I'll start by giving you the first phrase. I'll play through the first phrase, first 15 seconds of the music. Then I'll start from the top and I'll take it apart. I'll show you exactly how you can learn yourself. So here's what it sounds like. There's your first phrase. It's really tragic, I feel like. As you can tell, the left hand has the melody and the right hand has this bell-like ostinato. So we're going to cover the easy stuff first and then have a look at the melody afterwards. So we'll begin with the right hand. We're in B minor, 3/4 time. And we just have this bell-like quality, the first of which is loud, and then an echo of each of these bells, something like this. I'm exaggerating slightly, but that's the idea. Loud, echo, louder, and then the echo. There's always this kind of delayed effect that's being created here. So our position is 1, 2, and 5 to start us off. Now the D that you have in the right hand will be replaced by a D in the left hand, which is why in the first bar we begin with 3 notes and the echo, and then 2 notes, echo, for the rest of the bar, because that D is taken over by the left hand. With counts, all of what I just showed you are, everything I just showed you are in eighths. So to count it, we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and there's your first bar. A small technical detail, since you know that the first bell is a little stronger than the second echo, make it so that your right hand sort of sits, not heavy, but sinks as if into sand for the first. Sink, and then the second echo is played on the way up. That way you don't really have to work too hard to make sure that your pinky gets it exactly right. The movement of the hand as it lifts up, and you playing the note as it lifts up, will guarantee that the second B, the echo, is quieter than the first. Like that. Down, up, very gentle. Like you're pawing at it, like you're softly pawing with velvet paws. And the music is written sotto voce, which means everything is quite subdued, very intimate, not bright or overt. It's quite intimate, yeah. So keep that in mind throughout most of this piece. And wherever there are crescendos, where the music opens up, it's all still within the context of this quite intimate, almost tragic quality. Yeah. All right, so there's your first bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and next bar as we continue is basically the same thing, but all of the D's remain. 1 and 2 and 3 and simple enough. Now the left hand, the melody. So we begin with 16th notes in the position of B minor, 5, 4, 2, and 1, from bottom to top. When you get to the end of that, across the thumb to the focal point of this phrase, the second finger. Then, after holding that a little bit, we have then 3, 2, 4. And then as you hold this last note, replace it with the thumb, which will then prepare you for the next transition. And then we move on forward. Now, pedal-wise, as I normally tell you guys, I don't think there's really anything in stone with regard to pedal. There's all sorts of different ways that you can pedal various pieces. Some have more leniency than others, and I would say this one has quite a bit. I'll tell you the way that I prefer it, but I'll let you know what is possible as well. The first 2 bars are really all, in fact, I think the first, yeah, the first 4 bars are all in the same harmony of B minor. So technically, it should all make sense to be played with one pedal. But because there are some passing notes which are chromatic, it gets a little messy. So then it's a little bit up to you and the quality of your instrument, the boominess of your instrument, to decide when you'd like to pedal. This is what I do. Start with the pedal down. Change here. Change. Change. And then switch to 1. But at the same time, doing this. And then changing only on the last note, that also makes sense. There's a little bit more of an echo, so if that's something that you like, feel free to do so. I prefer it a little more pedaled because it makes it feel as though you're close up to the music. It doesn't feel as much like there's much space around you because there's less of an echo. Just keep an eye on that and decide for yourself what you prefer. But moving forward, I'm going to tell you what I prefer. Just know that it's not in stone. With the counts, we will have 1 and 2 and. So as I said, those are 16th notes, meaning 2 notes for every count that is said. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And that's already the next bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and. After you've learned that, we can put that together. So we start together. Left, together, left, together, left, together, left, right, together. And what you'll notice is right at the end there, this D that you play right before moving to B, you can't connect 2 to 4 because then you won't be able to play the D in the right hand. Right, like it's in the way. Like you know that the right hand has to play this, so you have to get out of your own way when you do this. When you play that D, play it very quickly and leave it right away so that you can then play the D with the right hand without getting in your own way. Like that. Small detail, but it's important because otherwise you might end up not realizing what's wrong. Something's always wrong, but you don't know what it is. Little moments like this, little details like this are often like the little stone that gets lodged in the machinery of everything and throws everything out of whack. Cool. With the counts all together. 1 and 2 point of view of phrasing the left hand melody here, there is, I think, a peak at D, and you kind of hold on to that intensity with a little bit less, and then this kind of decay just a wee bit to the B. In my view, although this is not necessarily what's in a lot of the editions that I've seen, I would say that this is the peak, and then we recede from there. But all of that is in the context of sottovoce, quiet, intimate, withdrawn. That's a good starting place. Once you've learned this opening little phrase, then much of the piece becomes available to you, because that's the motif that keeps recurring in different forms and different harmonies, different guises. So make sure to learn what I've just shown you quite well, and that you're very comfortable with the way the hands are interacting. You know, the right hand which sits on one and rises on the second, as well as the swing up to the D, and the way that you phrase all of that. Make sure that all of that is well in hand and under control, so that when we revisit this motif in different forms, it'll be much easier to learn. With anything that is as short as this prelude is, I mean, this is just 1 page long, the first few bars are crucial in nailing down the technique that's relevant and necessary for the rest of the piece. Okay, cool. See you soon.